It's day one of a brand new week, week 7. Are you ready to go? You're ready for it. You've done all the work that you need to do to be ready to get this week under your belt. So, we did a 30-minute walk jog session yesterday, and we did steps the day before that. So today we give our legs a bit of a rest and we're doing some strength and flexibility. We've got a real treat for you today, 2 brand new exercises. Well, one is brand new, the other is something you've done before, but it's a brand new way of doing it. So let's have a look and see how we can do these things. The first one we're going to do is squats. So you should be very comfortable with squats now. Let's try to refine how we're doing our squats a little bit more. What we should try and do, I did say at the beginning that what we've been doing is very most basic kind of squat, just sticking your bum out. So we will try and refine it a little bit today. I'd like you to have a look at where your knees are in relation to your feet. Now, probably most people, when they go down, their knees will splay out and you'll kind of go at an angle. Ideally, what we want to do is to have our knees always in line with our feet. In fact, if we're being pedantic about it, we want them to line up with the 3 little toes on the outside of your feet. So rather than being directly over your feet, just a little bit on the outside. Have a try of that. You can kind of sit on a chair and have a look and see if you understand what I mean. So let's say 15 of those would be perfectly okay for today. Now we're going to do the bridge, but it's a modified version of the bridge. So here's a video where I describe and show you how to do this one. This exercise is a modification of something that we've done for about the last 2 weeks. It's called the bridge, and a bridge is where you're lying on your back and you raise your middle up like that without using your hands. So we're using the tummy and the bum muscles to take us up. Now today we're going to intensify that a little bit because we're going to put our feet onto our chair and use that as our starting position. So we're just going to lie on our back, feet on the chair, okay, and then we're going to use our tummy and our bum muscles to raise us up. Hold them for 10 seconds, then we'll come back down again, rest for a few seconds, and gradually go up again. Gradually come down, rest for a few. That's 3. 4. Last one. And down. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Looks pretty straightforward. And up to 5, it doesn't take an awful lot of effort. But we will increase the numbers in the weeks to come. And we'll gradually find ourselves really building up the core muscles and so on. This is all really fundamental to running properly and not getting too tired, to be able to keep going and of course minimising the chance of having an injury. So that looked interesting, didn't it? Let's do that 5 times, and I'd like you to hold yourself in the raised position for 10 seconds each time. Now the second one we're going to do is brand new to us. What we're essentially doing is taking that bridge and turning ourselves round so that we're facing the floor. So the bridge, we were lying on our back with our feet on the chair and raising our middle up. With this one, which I'm calling a raised plank, the video will explain why. We're going to be lying with our face towards the floor, with our feet on the floor, our hands on the chair. So here's a little video that shows you how to do that. One of the standard things that we do to improve the strength of our core is something called planks. So it's a bit like a press up in that we want to have our feet on the ground and our arms outstretched. So if you imagine a press up where you're in the up position, that's a plank. But press ups, you're going up and down and up and down and up and down. So the strength is basically going into your arms and your upper body. In a plank, you're holding the position for quite a while, and that puts the stress and the improvement into your core muscles. So round about your middle and your bottom. So an ordinary plank would be something like that. But we will get to these eventually. But today we're just starting off with these things. So I've got a trusty chair here, and we're going to do a plank starting from already being angled. And so we're just going to take hold of the chair like this with our hands. Knees are on the floor, and we're just going to use our tummy and our bottom muscles and lift our knees off and hold this kind of position here. Okay. Now ideally you should be in a straight line, so looking for something like this. But if you're up here, that's okay. Straight line is preferable. So we'll hold that for about 10 seconds, then we'll just come back down on our knees, rest for a few seconds, up again, straight line, and back down again, and one last time. And back down. So if you thought that looked a little bit like a press up, then you're quite right. It's very similar. Just that instead of going up and down and up and down, you're going up once, holding your position, and then gradually coming back down again. It's what we normally would call a plank, but in that case your hands would be on the floor as well as your feet. So it is just the same as a press up. But holding yourselves in the raised position. So I've called it a raised plank because we're starting off from a raised position. We're already part of the way up, and starting at an angle makes the lift much easier on your arms. But we will eventually get round to doing full planks, lying flat on the floor and raising ourselves up. Good, so we'll do that also for 5 repetitions and holding for 10 seconds each time in the raised position. And that's the end of today's workout. So a bit shorter than we've been used to. We've only done one set. We've been used in the last week or two to doing each set of exercises twice. But given that 2 out of the 3 exercises are new and they're putting new stresses in our body, it makes more sense to do them once during this week. Next week we'll take it to probably 2 sets. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that and hope you liked the novelty of some new exercises. Tomorrow we do our first walk jog of week 7. Again, it's about half an hour altogether, and I look forward to seeing you then.